Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games and Collectibles. And today we are looking at the 1992 release by the BBC's Radio Collection from their Doctor Who The Missing Stories series of audio cassettes. And now these audio cassette series was original recordings or soundtrack recordings from the actual episodes which no longer exist in the BBC archives. And this particular one we're looking at today is from the Patrick Troughton era of Doctor Who, and it is from the serial The Evil of the Daleks, and obviously it starred Patrick Troughton as Doctor Who. So this is the case that it comes in, and it says BBC Audio Collection, and you've got an image of Patrick Troughton as the Doctor, you've got a Dalek on there, and you've got an image of the TARDIS at the back, and all those images were taken from the actual episode. It says Doctor Who, The Missing Stories, The Evil of the Daleks, starring Patrick Troughton. Okay, so that's the front of the case. Let's just turn the case around and let's see what we've got on the back. On the back it's got BBC Audio Collection, Doctor Who, The Missing Stories, The Evil of the Daleks, starring Patrick Troughton and presented by Tom Baker. And it says, due to space restrictions at the BBC Film and Videotype Library, many early episodes of Doctor Who were junked in the 1960s and 1970s in order to make room for new recordings. At the time, it was felt the programme had been exploited in the commercial arena, yet some odd episodes were retained alongside several complete stories of the Hartnell and Troughton era. The Evil of the Daleks is represented in the BBC archives by one solitary episode, episode 2. However, BBC Audio Collection has tracked down some recordings of the entire 7-part story, and with a specially recorded commentary by Tom Baker, you can relive one of Patrick Troughton's classic adventures featuring Terry Nation's famous creations, the Daleks. Okay, so that is the back of the case, and obviously you've got the copyright information at the bottom there, and the barcode. So what I'm going to do now, let's just turn it to the side. Yeah, so if you look at the side, it's got Doctor Who, The Missing Stories, The Evil of the Daleks, and you've got the BBC logo, and that's about all you've got. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open the case up and let's have a look at what we got on the inside. Okay, so I've opened the case and I've taken out the two audio cassettes and I've taken out the cover, and I just want to open this up and see what we've got on the inside. So it says The Evil of the Daleks by David Whittaker, presented by Tom Baker, and you've got all the characters, so Dr. Patrick Troughton, Jamie Frazer Hines, Bob Hall, Alec Ross, Kennedy, Griffin Davis, Edward Waterfield, John Bailey, Perry, Jeffrey Colville, Molly Dawson, Joe Rosebottom, Theodore Maxwell, Marius Goring, Ruth Maxwell, Bridget Forsyth, Toby Windsor Davis, Arthur Terrell, Gray Watson, Victoria Waterfield, Deborah Watling, which is her introduction story actually, because after this episode she then joined the TARDIS crew. Kemmel was Sonny Caldones, and the Dalek voices were Roy Skelton and Peter Hawkins. It says Daleks created by Terry Nation, title music by Ron Grainer and the BBC Radiophonic Workshop, incidental music by Dudley Simpson, story editor by Jerry Davis, Peter Bryant, produced by Ennis Lloyd, directed by Derek Martinez, and it's Doctor Who, The Missing Stories Audio Collection, produced by John Nathan Turner. And it says, we apologise that the sound quality of these historical recordings may be variable. And then it gives you the Doctor Who BBC, the Doctor Who catalogue on BBC Video. And now this is back, remember this was back in 1992, so it was all then there was no releases on DVD, it was all VHS videos, and they had released all this particular set that is shown on this card. So they released William Hartnell, The Unearthly Child, The Daleks Parts 1 and Parts 2, which was a Dead Planet Expedition, The Dalek Invasion of Earth Parts 1 and 2, The Web Planet Parts 1 and 2, and The Hartnell Years, which is a compilation. Patrick Troughton, The Tomb of the Cybermen, The Dominators, The Mind Robber, The Crotons, The Seeds of Death, The War Games Parts 1 and 2, and The Troughton Years. Pertwee, Spearhead from Space, Day of the Daleks, The Three Doctors, The Time Warriors, Death to the Daleks, Planet of the Spiders, and The Pertwee Years. Tom Baker, well, you had The Ark in Space, The Sontaran Experiment, The Genesis of the Daleks, Revenge of the Cybermen, Terror of the Zygons, Pyramids of Mars, The Brain of Morbius, The Master of Mandragora, The Deadly Assassin, The Robots of Death, The Talons of Wen-Chian, City of Death, and Logopolis. And Peter Davison, you've got Castrovalva, The Five Doctors, and The Caves of Androzani. And finally, Sylvester McCoy, you had The Curse of Fenric. Now, that was all that was released at the time. Obviously, they did end up releasing the entire run on video that was available. Okay, and we've got the 2 audio cassettes. So, we got cassette number 1, Doctor Who, The Evil of the Daleks, 1992, BBC Enterprises Limited, and it's side 1 and side 2 and side 3 and side 4. So there's not a lot I can really show you on the audio cassettes, and due to copyright issues we can't really play them, not to mention the fact that I don't have an audio cassette player anymore, so I can't play them. But this, to give you a little bit of background on this set, these were bought from a shop that had closed down. It was a book and audio store shop. It shut down. It was in one of the high streets, and they closed down, and there was quite a lot of Doctor Who sci-fi books and tapes in there, which we bought all their remaining stock on those particular items. We didn't buy everything, we just bought the items that we specialise in. And there was quite a few of these Doctor Who audio cassettes that were still there. Now, the reason these discs are open was because they would open them, take the cassettes out, and just leave the cases on the shelves, and you would just pick the case up, take it to the back, and you would be swapping it over for a new one, so a sealed one. So these were the display ones that were on the shelf. Obviously the tapes had never been played. They remained in a drawer, or I think it was in a drawer. So they were never actually used. And they at the moment they've never been played, so we haven't played them, we haven't tested them at all, and they've never been used, so they just literally come out of the shop in this condition. So how well do these do? Well, yeah, I mean, I think these done very well, because in 1992 we was crying out for more Doctor Who merchandise, because the series was off air. The videos were being released, but not quick enough as far as we were concerned. But then there's also all these missing episodes from the BBC archives, where, for instance, this particular one, there was only 1 episode, so they had no intention of releasing the single episode. They did, I think, do some of these episodes were released on the compilation, so the Hartnell years and the Troughton years, mainly the missing episodes. Some of the popular missing episodes were included in on those videos. But obviously it was just one. Obviously now they've reconstructed the whole thing in animation, and you can watch the whole thing in animation together with the I think there's another episode was found of the Evil of the Daleks, so I think there's 2 or maybe 3 episodes now that have been returned to the archives that you can watch on DVD. But yeah, back in 1992 there was no way to see them other than or to hear the story other than via the audio. So I think they've done exceptionally well, but they were geared to the Doctor Who fans, the sci-fi people that were into this television program, not to the general public. So yeah, it's one of those things that you had to know about to know to buy them. So, but there we are. However, now trying to find these cassettes in this mint condition is very, very difficult, especially now as they're available on video, so you can actually see the video now. You don't really need to have the audio unless you want to listen to it in your car or what have you, which is quite difficult these days because there's no cassette players in cars anymore, but that's another story. Anyway, finding them in this condition is very difficult, but as usual, we at Midas Touch have managed to find a few, and they're currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to quite simply by clicking the link below. Take you straight to the website, and you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Doctor Who items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles. Come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive you are not going to want to miss this. because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you are looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or maybe just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next items we upload could be that item you'd be looking for. And believe me when I say we have got some absolutely amazing ultra rare and vintage items which we're working very hard behind the scenes to get ready for sale and to upload onto the website and to shoot videos for. So stay tuned, keep watching, because we have some pretty awesome things coming up soon. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed this very short video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.